Good morning everybody. It is Monday the 31st of December 2018 and we are about to embark on a beast of a training block in order to try and achieve a goal I've set myself, which I have no idea if I'm going to achieve it or not, and that is to run a 2:55 marathon at the Newport Marathon in May. I want to welcome you to this, I'm going to call it a documentary of the journey. My marathon journey is what I'm going to call it, my marathon journey. I've been inspired by my GNR film by Runner's Ramble. I was privileged enough that he sent me the video a couple of days pre-release. I watched it and I was blown away, absolutely blown away, and I felt like I wanted to do something similar but with my own twist. I'm not a filmmaker like he is. He's got a gift with the camera, but I haven't. I hold a camera here and film myself, so I thought I could do something. I show you and do my best to talk to you about the positives and the negatives, and I really appreciate the comments I get when people say, you know, you're very real and honest, and I feel I am, but I want this to be raw, unedited, uncut. You see the darkest of the dark and the lightest of the light. A pre-warning, there will be lots of bad language, there will be lots and lots of swearing, and I hope you enjoy. I hope it enlightens you. A marathon is a journey in itself, and it seems a big long way away right now. I have no idea what I've let myself in for. Okay guys, so good morning. It is Friday the 18th of January. Just about to start work this morning, just before 9 o'clock. And we're coming to the end of the third week of training. Can't believe it. Already nearly 3 weeks into this training block, it's mad. Had a first great 2 weeks first off, clocked 45 and 46 miles respectively. Felt great, haven't been able to quite get up to the 5 days a week running that I need to and want to, but that'll be happening next week. Obviously I haven't had it this week because I've been a bit poorly this week. I had sinus infection, well it's not an infection, I had a sinus issue, but thankfully, touch wood, that's cleared relatively quickly. It's Friday today, as I said, I got that on Monday, so all that's left hanging around is just a bit of a headache here. I can feel my nose blocked a bit, but other than that, feeling energised, feeling energetic. Kept it easy this week due to that fact. I think it's important that I practice what I preach. I talk on this channel a lot about my experiences and what I do. I don't like to be a preacher. I like to tell you guys what I've done and how my experiences as a runner are shaping how I'm becoming a better runner. And I talk a lot about listening to your body and running easy. And I think the danger this week was, even though Tuesday I didn't have the energy, maybe last night, Thursday, when I went for my easy run, I felt like it was really cold, but I felt like I could have done a session, and I thought to myself, no, don't be stupid, you've got a 10k this weekend, you weren't going to taper for it, you might as well taper for it now. And actually, you might regress if you do a session. Let your body soak up the miles, enjoy running. I was out with Lee last night, so it was good, just chops to Lee all the way around, we had a good chat, and just let the miles soak in, and don't worry too much about working hard. You know, at the end of the day, you're going to be working hard on Sunday, and that's going to be my focus. And I'm not going to stress about the fact that I'm ill. I get ill on race week a lot, and I think that's where my body is on a come down from a lot of the training. My body just kind of goes, lets all the bugs in, and you know, I feel a bit crap. But
I'm not going to stress about that. My last set of races, I was struggling with a stitch. If I can get through this weekend without a stitch, regardless of how I feel in the time, that's going to be a big Brucey bonus for me, and that's what I want to shoot for. But of course, before we head off to the Speedway 10K this Sunday, we've got the National Running Show this morning, and that's going to be tomorrow, sorry, and that's going to be wicked because there's going to be lots of YouTubers there. Hopefully people that watch the videos have said they're going to be there, some of them. It'd be great to meet some people and hopefully get some footage with a lot of the YouTubers, do another vlog of the day, and just enjoy this weekend, guys. It's a running weekend for me. It doesn't happen that often. 2 days of running, one walking around the NEC in Birmingham, the second racing. I can't wait, I'm looking forward to it, and of course Sunday's race is going to be stacked to the eyeballs. We've got some fantastic athletes there. It is the Speedway 10K, called that for a reason. It attracts some blooming quick runners, sub 30 minute 10K runners, people that run for England. It's going to blow my mind, and quite frankly this year the goal is to put myself in that position where I'm racing better competition. I don't want to be running local races and finishing in the top sort of 5th, 6th, 7th. I don't want that, you know. I do want to run local races, don't get me wrong, but that's not my drive to get a podium. I remember saying in my goal video a couple of years ago, or maybe it was last year, I want to get a podium this year in a race, and I just think to myself, actually, what's that achieving you? What is the purpose of that? I want to be the best runner I can be, and I want to put myself in the mix with the best, and I know I'm not going to be up there with the best, but I want to soak in the atmosphere that the best are in, and I'd rather finish 30th in a 10K and get my PB and have been able to run in a pack and get that pack mentality and running, rather than finishing 5th or 4th or 3rd, or even maybe winning a local race when you're stringing it out on your own. And so I'm excited for this weekend. That's what's getting me buzzing. That is what's getting me buzzing, putting myself in amongst the best. Anyway, I've got to crack on with work now, but as I said, that is end of week 3. Hope you enjoy the running show. Okay guys, so as you can see by cat's tail here, it is the 24th, I think, Thursday the 24th of January, and with the promise of taking you on every step of the journey, I am here on my sofa in my lounge recording the fact that I feel like absolute dog rubbish. There is so much going through my mind at the moment, frustration, annoyance. I just don't feel the plan has got going yet. I clocked 2 fantastic first weeks, 45 and 46 miles, or 46 and 47, I can't remember now. With an aim to obviously kick on. I wasn't meant to taper for the Winter Speedway 10K, but we did, because last week we were poorly with sinus issues. The tail's back, look. He's keeping me company, bless him. And got the Speedway 10K done, which I think now, on Thursday, makes me appreciate it even more how well I did, because Tuesday afternoon / evening I started to come down with this proper cold, or should we say. I had sinus issues the week before with vertigo, and then this week is now the proper cold, and quite frankly guys, today I feel like trash. But As I said, I apologise for the poor recording, but you know, you've got to come on every step of the way, and this is the whole idea of this documenting the journey, is that you see the extra bits that aren't normally in the training videos, and can't keep his tail out of the frame. And yeah, I've got nothing more to say. The main frustrating thing for me is purely and simply thinking how last winter was such a good training block. I just stayed ill-free all training all winter last winter and consistently hit 40 miles a week, bam bam bam, one after the other, until March. It's crazy, and already I've fallen at the first hurdle, so it couldn't be starting in a more different way. Here's hoping that week 5 is going to be different.
Okay guys, so week 7 is a wrap. Great to catch up with you again. Kind of, I say off camera, but not in the vlog style. Just a quick update. Feeling fantastic. Had the workout of the plan so far. 3 by 20 minutes today within a 2.5 hour long run. Haven't seen the results yet because I've got my watch set to intervals, but I've just hit 18 miles just on the cool down home, and I was clocking between 6 and 6:20 pace for a lot of that. I think closer to 6:10, which is amazing because the last 5 weeks long runs I've been doing on the trails, or when I've been able to long run, not being ill. So today I made the decision to leave no stone unturned, as I said I would in the beginning, and especially it was a hard decision to neglect the trails. It's important that we start to get specific halfway through February now, so it's important that we start hitting the right terrain and elevation and that sort of stuff. So absolutely over the moon, and I think the key thing in my head at the moment is decision making that's making this start to click. It feels like training is settling in now. Something just clicked today, and that's about right. I'm normally about week 3 or 4 into a plan when I click, but obviously weeks 3 and 4 for this plan didn't really go so well. So we're on about week 7 and starting to feel really good. Decision making in the fact of taking those couple of extra days when we were sick just to fully recover, knowing that we would come back stronger, coming back on week 5 at 40 miles, but not pushing too hard in the sessions, just feeling and easing my way into it. Frustration crept in there, obviously, because I wasn't hitting what I thought I should hit, but weeks 6 and 7 have been a real revelation. 250 plus mile weeks now, which is great, exactly where I want to be, and things are looking up.
Okay guys, so week number 8.2, shall we say. Week 8 is done, we are into week 9 now, and this signals halfway through the plan, which is mad. It's a 17-week plan. So once we break the back of Wednesday, technically we're over halfway. Lots going around in my head, lots to think about, lots going on. But the biggest point, the biggest thing that's making me smile at the moment is the fact that we've just completed 3 big weeks. Big for me anyway. So you guys know I tend to run around 40 to 50 miles a week in my peak training. The last 3 weeks has been 52 miles, 55 and 59. We are really pushing hard with bigger weeks to come. But the question for me at the moment, whirring around in my head, taking away all the series and everything that I'm recording, is that obviously my big half number dropped on my doorstep a couple of days ago, and it just kind of stirred up that, I'm not running a half marathon. A bit frustrated. My wife was like, listen, I really appreciate the fact that you're not going because of my ankle, and I want to make it up to you somehow. Why don't you just go? Look at trains, see if you can crash at someone's house. Just go. We'll be fine. And I know they'll be fine. It's not a stupid thing to say. I know they'll be fine, but it just didn't feel right. So I said to her, I said, look, I've kind of put my mind to rest. I don't want to do it, but there is this little thing called Newport Half Marathon coming up this weekend. Which is technically at the end of my recovery week. I've got a day, just looking at the date on the screen there, I've got a day to enter. I know Lee and Corey are running it, who I will also be running the Gloucester 20 with, and as much as I believe I'm going to be fresher for not running a half marathon, I feel like I'm not going to be doing myself too much damage getting it done now and running it at the end of a recovery week, rather than wasting a long run weekend that I'm going to be focused on marathon specific stuff. So if I get it done now on the 3rd of March, I've still got a long time. My other alternative was I was going to do the Forest of Dean half marathon, which is on the week after Gloucester, which would be the 24th of March. And what I would have done is I would have run up to the start line and run back, making it about a 20-mile long run anyway. So either or, I don't mind, but I'm quite fancying giving a half marathon a go. I haven't run one since the end of September last year. I'm quite keen to give one a go. So stay tuned, I guess, to find out, well, when you see the next clip, you'll know if I'm doing it or not. I've got to think about it, got to talk to my wife tonight, see if it's doable, see if we have any plans this Sunday. But if we don't and it's all systems go, I'm going to drop it in and hopefully see what we can do on a half marathon course. That excites me. Right, Newport half marathon, done. It's currently coming up to the end of week 10. I think it's week 10. We're Friday, and I think it's Friday the 8th of March. Completely lost on dates and everything. And this week has been a grinding kind of week. It's been a week where I've had kind of the elation from Sunday. Fantastic result. Really happy. But then obviously no time to recover, straight back into training. And Doug said to me in Training Peaks, one of his comments was, it's a shame when you're kind of racing like this within a training block, because you just kind of want to enjoy that euphoria. We all deserve to enjoy our successes, reap the rewards of our training, and when we get these good results, kind of celebrate. But I think what I've got to do here is get some sort of clarity, a bit of focus, and make sure that I keep my eyes on the main goal. So this week has been kind of a tiring week. From Sunday, we've run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So I've had 5 days on the bounce, which is not normal for me. Quite tired. It's Friday today. It's a rest day, so I'm happy that it's a rest day. But overall, my thoughts are just, I was over the moon with Sunday, just incredible. I think from last year in particular, running that 120 at Severn Bridge and then going on and running Swindon and Forest in 123 respectively on both of them was kind of like was a 120 a fluke? Was it a risk? And so I think, sorry, just adjust you there. I think it's more a case of reaffirming that I can run that 120 and we did it well. We smashed it. We ran strong from start to finish. So my current thoughts are this training is going really well, but proof is going to be in the pudding next weekend when we hit Gloucester 20, a real challenge, a real long distance test. This week after tomorrow's long run workout, we're going to be hitting again 50 miles this week, which is great, and 60 something within 7 days if you count the half marathon on Sunday. So just this week is all about the grind, getting the mileage back up, working hard, but not working beyond our limitations, and then to cruise back down next week and hit Gloucester 20 hard. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Alright guys, so it is the day after the Gloucester 20. I've already been out for my recovery run this morning. Legs feel a lot better for doing that. However, this is pre-recording the post-race vlog. I'm not going to bore you with details because obviously that video will be out on the channel so you can go and watch that. But there's a couple of points that I want to note from yesterday's race. And the first thing I want to say before any of that is I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to soak it in, and I'm going to let myself understand that I've been putting in hard work and graft, and I've got this prize, shall we say, at the end of it. I'm really delighted. I'm over the moon. I didn't set out to hit a certain overall time. I set out to run faster than goal marathon pace. In my head, it was more along the lines of 6:30, 6:35. I did say maybe we might split some of the downhill miles in 6:25, but when we were splitting some of the downhill miles in 6:11, 6:13, 6:14, I was kind of in dreamland, and I just kept saying to Lee and Corey on the way around, pinch me, you know, what is going on? This is madness. So ultimately, the race was a massive success. We negative split it quite well, 65:10 for the first, and then I don't know what it was, 63 something for the second 10 miles. Either way, coming through the half marathon split at 1:24:10, 1:24:15, I knew that we could go sub 250 pace, and that for me was really what the purpose was about. So then to speed up from there was just, it blew my mind, to be honest with you guys. A couple of things I want to say. We set a new threshold heart rate. I will have talked about this in the post-race video. However, we set a new threshold heart rate. For any of you that are thinking about heart rate training, I really would recommend just picking one race to run with the heart rate on. For me, I don't like doing it. I feel compressed around the chest.
I don't like it at all, but yesterday I figured I've run enough 20 milers lately in training with them on. Let's just run. It will give Doug some great data to work with, and lo and behold it did. My threshold heart rate went up from 166 to 174, which is a massive jump, but then ultimately we could have been working at the wrong heart rates because I haven't been able to give him the right data from some of the races. So this is great. It's great. 7 weeks out, all my zones have now been adjusted. So ultimately, zone 2 runs are going to be faster. Zone 3 and 4 runs are going to be faster. It's not going to be fun. So, but anyway, I've been privileged enough to run this race 7 weeks out from my goal race, and that ultimately is what we want. I now have 7 weeks to knuckle down, bar a holiday in the middle. I've got 7 weeks to knuckle down and work hard. And I guess finally to close today, as I said, I'm going to enjoy today. I'm going to let my body sort of soak it all in. I'm going to appreciate what's happened, and obviously thank you all for your incredible support. Training continues, having an easy start to this week. Obviously just want to keep the body ticking over and active recovery, but at the same time not pushing too hard. The next good workout's going to come on Thursday now, so we've got a few days to just do some easier running. So that's it from me for now. On with the journey. So it's the end of week 13 now. Just finished recording and finished up my long run workout of the week, which was 3 by 30 minutes at marathon pace. And it's nice because the heat came on today, showed me he was boss and made me slow down in the last rep a touch. So again, we want this now. We want to get used to this heat now, not in May when the marathon is. And yeah, so overall thoughts, these last 2 weeks have been bloody brilliant. This week in particular has been a real eye-opener as to how fit we are and how good I'm feeling. And today, even though we faded a bit in the last 2.5 miles of the last rep, again still feeling good. Done 19.5 miles, got another 3 to go, so it's going to be the highest mileage week this week so far. Should be around 60 miles. Really happy, really happy. Okay, good evening boys and girls. So it is April the 22nd or 23rd, I'm not sure, Tuesday evening, 12 days out from the race. Final big workout, 5 by a mile tonight. So I thought I would take you on a journey tonight. It's light now in the evenings, or getting light, so I'm just warming up just a mile on the trails just to break up the monotony of the road. And after the recent injury issues and having a successful run yesterday, it was, I'm in London Thursday and Friday, so I've run yesterday for my long run today for the mile repeats. So there's a bit of a back-to-back thing there, and then a 40-minute easy run tomorrow with a 1 hour 20 long run on Saturday. And that's my week because I'm in London Thursday and Friday for the running awards. So tonight, kind of feeding off the back of yesterday, I'm able to run again, which is great. Still a couple of niggles. I can feel the hip. It has, where it was the quad and the hip and the knee that locked up, it's kind of now just a bit of a niggling sort of itch you can't get to in the hip, and a tiny bit just above the knee, but that's it. On a pain scale, still 1 or 2 out of 10. So want to get tonight done successfully on the concrete, which will give me some confidence. Nice 40-minute easy run tomorrow, and once that's done, another couple of days resting the legs, and I'm going to feel a bit more happy with the situation, I think. Keep foam rolling, stretching, all of that good stuff. We're doing a lot of that when I get home tonight. So anyway, I am it's swarmed by gnats. Can head out, turn it on to the industrial estate now. Let's crack on with these mile repeats. Okay, very consistent so far. 5:44 I think roughly on each of them, which is a solid start. I'll be happy to maintain that pace tonight, that'd be great. Leg is same, not better, not worse. So see how the next two we go. Okay, that's the next two done. It's like a 5:51 or 5:52, and then I slowed down. It's like 6 minutes flat, so not sure why. Didn't feel like I was slowing, but anyway, full results will be on screen at the end. Just want to get this last one done. There we go, 5th and final one done. Again, I think that was just over 6 minutes. Really bizarre because I don't feel like I've slowed down, but obviously have. Either way, not going to grumble, not going to complain. Had the long run workout yesterday, 2 hours. This today, back to back. Happy, not going to complain. A good way to set up the proper taper, and that's the last big hard workout done now to keep on top of things, stretching ability and all that good stuff. Okay guys, so it's Saturday evening. I am pleased to report that I have got through the week unscathed in terms of running. I've got all my runs done. The taper, mileage wise, has gone as well as it could have done, I suppose. Thursday was a little bit dicey, had a little bit of a niggle in the top of the knee, but today went out for my 10-minute shakeout run, and it's the first time in probably 6-7 weeks, no, 4 or 5 weeks, that I have felt absolutely no pain whatsoever, which was really encouraging because it just means I can go in tomorrow with a clear mind, focused, feeling good. What I want to do now is just take you back inside to show you my pre-race kind of flat lay, shall we say, and what I'm going to be taking nutrition-wise, talk you through everything, and explain how I plan to attack the day. But in terms of how I'm feeling and pre-race thoughts, the goal is simply to enjoy myself. If you enjoy yourself and you enjoy your running, then the times will follow. I think it's really important to note that the last 2 races I've done over the last 2 or 3 months, Gloucester and of course Newport Half Marathon, they've been successful because I've gone in there with a positive mindset. I've not gone in there and gone, right, I'm going to run sub this time. And I know a sub 2:55 will come tomorrow if I'm clever enough and I am smart and enjoy myself. If I prioritise that, then the time will follow. So I'm not nervous. I know I will be tomorrow, but I've just been excited and buzzing for this all week. There's nothing more to say. Let's go inside and I'll show you what I've got here. Okay, going from left to right, so we have the belt here that we're going to be wearing. If I just clear these off, this is kind of like a flip belt. It's got easy pockets that you can slide gels in and out of. I'm going to be taking 5 gels with me tomorrow. If I lay those back out, I don't need 5 of them. I probably will only have 4 in reality. I'm going to have them every 40 minutes. So 40, 120, 240. I will have a spare just in case. And I'm going to be sensible and take an electrolyte gel and also a caffeine gel. So I will probably go something like gel number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So keep the electrolytes in, caffeine around the 2-hour mark, and then that one to finish me off. That will be a spare if I need it, and that also has a little bit of caffeine in. That is a double caffeine shot. So that's all I'm going to be taking here in these nifty little tea bags, empty tea bags that that Lee's wife Linda acquired. They're just drawstring, and as you can see here, they're very easily rippable, which is fantastic. So I've got 2 100 calorie scoops of Tailwind in there. Tailwind is something I haven't been using on this training block, but something I've used a lot of and I know very well works with my stomach, and I've been keen to get some of that. So they're going to be really easy to stash in the belt. Now the waters are in bottles on the course, so it's going to be great. I can just tear a little bit of the tea bag, pour as much as I can in. I'm sure some of it will get lost over the side, but pour some of it in, give it a bit of a shake, and job done. So we're going to have some Tailwind with us for the electrolytes and calories as well. So in terms of fueling, that and that. I've been studying the marathon course, so we start off up here, follow all this around here, all the way up around here, a little out and back there, and then back up to the start. So studying that. Got the race bib on the thing on my vest already, so that's awesome. I'm going to go today, or tomorrow I should say, with the longer sleeve shorts. These are longer shorts. These are AhXon shorts. I was thinking about going with the short shorts, but I thought no, I'll go for the longer one. It's got a nice pocket in the back as well that I can utilise if I need. And of course the Sockmine socks, which I reviewed on the channel not so long ago. They have been fantastic. So in terms of being all ready and set up, I'm pretty much there. So the next time I see you will be in the morning. Five K to go, and there go my hopes and dreams of a sub 255, let alone sub 3. Sub 3 paces just passed me. What a day. Sorry I haven't been recording, but it's been diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. I think for us runners, when we embark on these journeys, these training plans, these training blocks, to hit a certain PB in a certain target in a certain race, we have these fairy tale visions of how we think things are going to pan out, how we're going to maybe feel at mile 10 of a half marathon or mile 20 of a marathon. And as we're crossing the finish line with our arms aloft and we're thinking, I cannot believe I have just smashed my PB and got my goal time. I think instantly our thoughts turn to positivity, and as training progresses we can find ourselves ground down, but little rays of light as the training plan goes on shine through in the form of maybe a tune-up race, in the form of maybe a great workout, and just in the form of some mental positivity. And ultimately on race day it comes down to how well you are prepared. Have you got lady luck on your side, and what's the weather like, and all of the other variables that come together for us on race day to make those days perfect. I've been privileged enough to this year had smashed 2 PBs and 2 distances leading up to this marathon, the half marathon PB and the 20 mile PB, which I still can't get my head around. Whether that was a blessing or a curse, I have no idea. But ultimately my fairy tale ending didn't happen, and I have to say this,
from deep down inside of me, but this is one of the hardest videos I've ever had to put out. I was pumped when I started this series, this documentary of my training. I would have put money on myself getting a good for age time. I'd have put a lot of money on me getting sub 259, let alone sub 255, you know, and getting that London qualifier for next year. But you know, it wasn't to be, and I am one of those people that has suffered many a bad race, along with succeeded with many a fantastic races. Life within running is just up and down and up and down, and I just feel like I am unable to pinpoint when it's going to be a good day and when it's bad until I rock up at that start line and I start running. And ultimately on this day, on this race, it wasn't to be. I felt fantastic, I felt great until the energy drained from me, and it was what it was. I want to extend a massive thanks to each and every one of you who have watched this documentary, and thank you for allowing me this platform and space to be able to share some creativity. I appreciate the video format. It's very similar to my training documentary series, but I've been able to piece things together in a way that has made a bigger picture and a bigger story. I have already myself watched it back before recording this, just to kind of appreciate the journey and realise the roller coaster that I've been on, and I hope you guys can relate. I hope you guys appreciate the honesty. I know you drop comments saying you do, and you know, this really does take that crown. I feel like, as I said, this is the hardest thing I have had to do. I was really hoping to be sat here cooing over the fact that I had smashed sub 3, but it wasn't to be. So yeah, a massive thank you to each and every one of you. A massive thanks to my coach Doug from TMR Coaching. He has been an absolute godsend on this journey. He has kept me sane, he has kept me going, he has got me into the shape of my life, and I'm determined now more than ever to come back and have a great summer of racing and probably tackle a autumn marathon. I'm in a position now where I feel even closer to the marathon distance. I haven't been put off, and if a marathon turned up this weekend, I would say put my name down on the start line. I want to go again. So a massive thank you to Doug, a massive thank you to my family for being there to support me throughout this training. Training isn't easy with a family, as you guys know. Training is tough. Training puts a lot of strain on family life, especially if you have kids, a wife, husband, whatever, job, full-time commitments, other commitments. It's tough. So a massive thank you to my family, and once again a final massive thank you to each and every one of you for following on my journey. All that's left for me to say, guys, is you know what it is. If you enjoyed this and you appreciated it, please do give it a like. It does help the channel, and it does help me after results like this. Please share it with your friends, and do consider subscribing to the channel for weekly running content. I do appreciate your support once again, and I will see you next time.